Hello everyone, I am Psychotrap, and today I was bored, so I thought to myself, what if I did a video on where it's showing all the Bendy, like everything that's been changed in any of the Bendy games. So, that's what we're going to be doing. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is a small difference about the main character, Bendy himself. Now, in Bendy's now design, in his design now, on his gloves, of course, there's two circles. But in the first version of the game, the prototype, there is like there is three lines on his glove. I'm going to there's three lines on his glove for whatever reason. I'm not sure why they changed it, but according to a Tetrabit video I remember seeing a long time ago, apparently the reason might have been the only reason that it could have been changed is either because one from far away, and if you squint your eyes and it's very far away, it might have looked like it was like little veins, or one of the hmm, one of the better idea is of it being is that the thing is is like um, it might be copyrighted. I don't think Ghosts are able to be copyrighted, but I will show you the clip. You know, just so you can know what I'm talking about.
Who put this here?
Okay, so yeah, as you saw that the thing Bendy, like his gloves are different. Uh, so yeah, this was after the first game or the after the first version, the prototype, which only showed chapter one, they changed his gloves to the one with the circle. But away from that now, there is whenever you start the first game, the room where Henry is like, oh no, oh this used to be my old, this used to be, or like, oh, I guess they knocked down a few walls after I left. I think after that one, it's different. Like, I'm not sure when they changed it, but I know they changed it sometime in development. If I had to take a guess, maybe after chapter 4, because in the first, because in the prototype, it was only a door that you could not open. It was a locked door. But in chapter 2 and 3, or whenever, or in the, whenever chapter 2 and 3 came out, it became a room that you could look into, but couldn't enter it. You could not enter it. And you only saw it. And you can only see it like from what I know, you can only see in chapter like after when you get to the full game. Like what it actually looks like in the full game. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about now. But before I do that, in chapter 3 is a kind of like a open door frame that is ported. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about now.
I wasted so much time in this chair. Hey. Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
another thing that is different in the main area is that well, obviously besides from visual differences, which I won't cover, but just to let you know that they are there. That uh, in the thing there is some there's a little gears. There are some gears turning, and in the full game, it says Joey Drew Studios, but in the in like the alphas, which I refer to them as, I refer to them as the alphas. Uh, they are just plain gears. Like they are just plain turning gears. Well, actually, they're not even gears. They're more of like I don't know what they are, but they're like just there. I'll show you what I'm talking about now. Also, another thing. This is small, not really useful, but um, whenever you're in the main room, like the room you started in, the projector that's like near the Bendy cardboard that's on in the like in the first version you can or you can't mess with it. Like you cannot mess with it. You can only mess with it in like the second and third chapter in the second third alpha, and you can only mess with it in the full release. So also another thing, so whenever you're walking down the hallway, like the little hallway, like the one to the ink machine, you know, there's a door on the left whenever you first play the game, and there's a door on the left that has a light on. Whenever you are trying to get the little items to put on the pedestals in the break room, that light will turn off when you pass it in the full game, or if you mess with the door. Light will turn off, and you will be able to open it. It's like being obviously the little music box or the jukebox or the radio or whatever it is. In the first game, that is not there. It is only there in the second, third alpha, and the full game, and obviously probably most likely the fourth one too. But I don't have access to the fourth alpha, so I don't know. So I just refer to the second and third one. But anyways, so whenever I do that, oh yeah, that door's not openable. Most likely due to the first off that being a spot where where a item is in the full game, and two, that's there. But in the first game, that's not there most likely because I mean that game did just come out and it was getting updated after when the chapters were coming along, and and the Easter egg, the living tombstone Easter egg, I think, or maybe it's the count. I don't know. Whoever first wrote the Bendy and the Ink Machine song, that you know I'm talking about, the one in chapter, basically the one that had plays on the radio in chapter one. Obviously, Bendy was not a like a hype game in the like whenever they were making the first chapter. Because I mean, to be fair, no one knew what that was because there's no trailer for it, and that was also just the alpha. So whenever they released it, um, yeah, um, I'll show you what I'm talking about now. That because I feel like I've just kind of been like just talking about random stuff. So another interesting, I think like things that are changed like physically in the game, like things that are different, is that affects gameplay is the ink machine itself. Like the main thing, the reason we are here. The, like the introduction to it is different because in the alphas, it's literally just in a small room. It's just in a small room, which I'll show you in a moment. But in like, and it's like a little machine that's like it's literally just like it's basically like a little machine. But in the full game, the ink machine is like it's actually like it actually has like an introduction. Like you walk through the thing, you have to jump over the pipe. um, like like you enter the thing, you have to put then you see the machine to put this into the thing, flip the switch, and then the machine slowly from whatever depths it came from comes up so you can see it, and it's like and it literally looks like a machine. Like it's not just like some small little box looking machine. It's literally a machine. Like that thing is literally a machine. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
So this is the ink machine, huh? Wonder how you turn it on. This lift could use a few dry cells. Let's see what you're hiding down there, old friend.
So speaking of the ink machine, another thing that changes, not really about the ink machine, but more of on the ink machine. The ink machine that also changes as in this is like or not the ink machine. Bendy, like himself, not the little adorable one, not the one we see throughout the cardboard ones we see throughout the game, the like the ink one. like the corrupted one, like the one with like the ink on its face, and that's like that looks like it just got melted over his face. His introduction, like like after you turn on the ink machine and it starts working, and when you come in there, you see it's all boarded up, and then you like walk to the thing, and then he jump scares you. Yeah, that thing has changed like a lot. Like in the original, like in the Alpha One, in Alpha One, he literally just popped up. Like he literally just popped up, look around, and it was like, "Yo, bye." In Alpha Two, he actually tried to grab you. Like he actually tried to grab you. Like when he popped up, swing his arms and tried to grab, or attempt to grab you, and after that, it kept accidentally hitting his hand to get against the wood or something, and then yeah. In Alpha 3, I think it's the same thing. Maybe he actually looked. Maybe the difference is that he actually looked like he tried to lean over and grab you or something. And then, like, obviously, in the main game, like in the main game itself, or the full game, he pops up and he jump scares you and tries to grab you, but due to like shock or something, Henry, your character falls over onto the floor.
Get the hell out of here.
So, another thing that also changed. I'm not gonna show footage for this one because that's a lot of stuff I have to do. So, but you know what I'm talking about. So, in like in the alphas, uh, the items like you collect to put on the pedestals in the back in like the break room, um, like in the alphas they're like randomized, like if you play the first time you try to find the Inca bottle, it might be like near Boris's in like Boris's area. But then in like your next second playthrough on the same game, uh, your bottle might be like near on Henry's desk because it's randomized. But in the original thing, like it's it's not randomized, or oh, that's not random. It's basically it's in the full game. It's like it actually has a place to be at. So in the actual game, it has a set play stats. No matter how many times you play the game, it will always be in those specific places. So yeah. Another thing to talk about the items is that in Alpha 1 and 2, um, whenever you collect all the items, they will automatically be on the pedestals in the break room. Also, they will float. But in or not chapter 3, in Alpha 3 and the full game, um, you'll have to, after you collect the items, you have to walk to the breaker room or the break room and put them down yourself. So, and only then can you get the ink pressure working again.
flowing somehow. Should be a switch around here somewhere. Then I can start up the main power.
So, yeah, here's that. Also, uh, there are these, like, throughout the game, there are these, like, little tapes that you can play that, like, will basically give you influence. Or, I'm not gonna give you influence, like, will tell you more about the game, or tell you more about the place. In chapter 1, or in alpha 1, the tape, like, is, like, there's no transcript or, like, script to show you, like, oh, this is what they are saying. And it's just, like, in the, like, voice on it's, like, very, scratchy, or, like, it's very, like, it sounds, like, old and worn out, because it's kind of hard to hear, like, you have to listen well to know what the heck they're saying. And obviously in the game that they changed that. In the full game they changed that. In the Alpha 2 and 3 they added the transcript, but they kept it as but they kept thing as, like, in a way, how can I put this? They basically, like, make it sound better so that way you know what they're saying more. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I certainly don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey says. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind. But hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here. At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I certainly don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey says. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind. But hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here.
Also, on rings changing, the little theater room, like little tiny theater room, with ink pressure has changed as well. Like, it looks visually different, like in Alpha 1, in the alphas, and in the full game. Like, in the alpha, it just kind of looks plain, but in, like, the like, basically in the game, the the full game, it has a like, it has a curtain. It basically looks more like a room. Also, another thing is how it looks in the game. Cause, like, after you click the line to go to the thing, like, whenever you enter the room, in the alpha is the cardboard Bendy, that just, like, peeks around the corner for a second, then we've changed. But also it has, like, ink on the bottom left. And whenever you enter the thing, like, the alpha, except, like, alpha 2 and 3 have to sing in the music, but, like, in there, like, India, like, the music changed, and, like, alpha 1 and 2, whenever you turn on the ink pressure, it, like, the ink pressure thing is, like, whenever you turn it on in alpha 1 and 2, it just, like, you just turn it on. In alpha 3 and in the full game, like, after you turn on, the ink pipe in that room breaks, and the ink starts pouring in the room on the floor in the room floor, making like a huge like almost tiny pool of it. I'll show you what I'm talking about now. Things that have also changed is Boris. Now, in the Alpha one, the Boris is like very different. Like very different. He has no clothes on. His insides are like completely. He's facing completely front. Like he's completely front on like his head that's tilted in the in the full game. Yeah, and it's like very obviously different. Alpha 2 the Boris looks more like the cartoon Boris, except obviously being dead. And in the full game, it's basically the same thing, except due to the set items, there's a gear inside the stomach, and there's like and it actually looks in the room actually looks very more like way more different, like makes like looks differenter than the entire place.
Oh, who put this here? Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing? Who put this here? Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing? Who put this here? Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
Okay, so just two more things. Just two more changes that at least I know of. If there aren't any changes I missed though, let me know, please, because then I can make an update video about it. I mean, it's probably gonna be short, but still. I mean, good to get up to date. But anyways, in Alpha 1, whenever the floor breaks, when you're about to exit the building, and you fall further into the studio. In the Alpha 1, you immediately fall into the room with the axes, or with the axe, to break the thing. In Alpha 2, though, and you fall into a into basically the same. You basically fall into the same structure, but you don't use the pipes or the vaults, and you go right to the room where But Alpha in the Alpha 3, it's basically that same thing, but you actually use the vaults. Then in the full game, it's basically that same process as Alpha 3, except looks more better.
This will definitely come in handy. This will definitely come in handy.
It's dark and it's cold, and it's stuck in behind every single wall now. In some places, I swear this godforsaken ink is clear up to my knees. Whoever thought that these crummy pipes could hold up under this kind of strain either knows something about pressure I don't, or he's some kind of idiot. But the real worst part about all of this are them noises the system makes, like a dying dog in its last legs. Make no mistake, this place, this machine, and this whole darn thing, it just isn't natural. You can bet I won't be doing any more repair jobs for Mr. Joey Drew.
This will definitely come in handy.
It's dark and it's cold, and it's stuck in behind every single wall now. In some places, I swear this godforsaken ink is clear up to my knees. Whoever thought that these crummy pipes could hold up under this kind of strain? Either knows something about pressure I don't, or he's some kind of idiot. But the real worst part about all this are the noises the system makes, like a dying dog in its last legs. Make no mistake, this place, this machine, and this whole darn thing, it just isn't natural. You can bet I won't be doing any more repair jobs for Mr. Joey Drew.
This will definitely come in handy.
Okay, so, one last thing. At the end of the game, after you break all the boards, that when you enter the ending room, there is, like, on the floor, in Alpha 1, 2, and 3, up until the final release, or maybe at Chapter 4, or maybe the Alpha 4, up until that point, like every time you saw the floor, it would be a pentagram, But in like the full game, they changed it to like a little symbol of like either Bendy's head or his eye. Probably Bendy's head though. But anyways, they like changed it. Now from what I could gather, the reason they changed that to Bendy's head is that way people didn't get the idea of like, oh Satan is possessing this ink creature or something. And it's actually like or from it's like it's like supposed to people got the idea of more of like Bendy being the evil of like stuff. People got the idea of like Bendy being the evil guy more than your typical your average Satan being the evil. Basically, because obviously in like a horror game. In this game, it's supposed to be Bendy. Like Bendy's supposed to be the bad guy, the big bad, the evil one. Like the one that's trying to kill you or stop you. In this case, it's kill you though. So they changed it. Now we'll show you I will show you all three of them, or I'll show you all four of them, because like during the thing, there's like a hallucination, and the hallucinations changed. I think they changed. Yeah. Oh, and before I showed the clip, or the clips, I was gonna show you the ending part because because at the alpha, like at the end of every alphas up until the full game, it would always like say like at the end like, oh, Bendy will return, and then show his face or his head. But like at the end of chapter 5, since obviously you think he's defeated. I mean, obviously he isn't since Dark Revival, but anyways, you think you like defeated him and killed him. So I'm gonna show you the ending, or you think you defeated him, kill him in the full game, but like in the like alphas, they put in this little ending thing. So I'll show you that too. So, anyways, so as far as I know or am concerned, those are all of the changes in Bendy and the Ink Machine, and are in Bendy and the Ink Machine's Chapter 1. If this video gets enough, if this video gets enough attention, or if I have the patience, which I most likely will, because there's never really a day I don't have the patience to do these. Because I'm honest with you, if I did not have the patience, I never would have started doing any, this stuff I do on my YouTube channel. But I have the patience, and here is where I am. But anyways, please let me know if there's anything I missed. Like, if there's anything at all in the game that I missed. Like, I do know that there's the Meatly, Easter egg, but I didn't show it, because as far as I know, there's nothing, like, really special about it. There's nothing about it that changes. And yeah. So yeah. But besides that, I don't think there's anything else, like any other things that changed in the alphas. But if there is, please let me know, because I would be curious. To know what's changed. But anyways, I am Psycho Trap, and this was my video on what has changed in chapter 1 of Bendy and Link Machine for the full game in alphas. I am Psycho Trap, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.